Bonafide Hustler here.
Raking profit in the house.
Retro aficionado.
E-Money here.
All right, guys, what's going on? This is Chris, a.k.a. the Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from the inside of my office, and welcome to the Green Room Hangout number 12. In this Hangout, we're going to be talking about how to research inventory. But before we go through that, let's sound check this entire thing really quickly. And while we're sound checking, I'll let you guys out there, we'll let you guys know who we are. That way we can establish a little bit of credibility while we get the sound check done. So if it sounds good and there's no echo like we had last week, I want you guys out there to just type in the comment feed, yeah, it sounds good, and I'm really excited. Whatever you want to put in there, and make sure to smash that like button as well. The show will be very good. So I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas. I've been reselling for 10 years. I am the author of this amazing book called Flip That. Shh, you know what I'm talking about. And it's a great book. Reagan made a review about it earlier. But this book is 137 pages of pure bona fide goodness. If you watch my videos and you really want an insight on how to get super successful in the hustling business, whether you are a beginner or you're an active expert hustler, I think this book is really going to help you out. But that's who I am. I've been hustling for 10 years, reselling stuff on eBay, Craigslist, various places, Amazon, Antique Mall, and finding all the stuff from garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, swap meets, pawn shops, thrift stores, everything, anywhere I can find it, I will resell it. So that's who I am, and I'll hand it over to Mr. Rakin Profit.
What is happening, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great night. My name's Steve with Rakin Profit, and I've got a YouTube channel where I teach a lot of people about making money online, especially eBay. I specialize in clothing, been a full-time reseller for coming up on 2 years, probably around a year and a half. A seller, but full-time, probably around a year maybe. But yeah, I love reselling. It's what I do. I love helping people to make money online. I also recently released a guide called 101 Killer Clothing Brands that teaches people to make money selling clothing, so definitely check that out. And I have a new program coming out called Blazing Profits, which is going to help people to make money selling blazers, sports coats, and suits. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm from Connecticut and excited for another show. I will pass it on to Young.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Retro aficionado, also just known as Young. I live in San Jose, California. Been in the game since 1987. That's a super long time. Let's see.
That's when I was born.
Man, dude, man, you making me feel old as hell, man. Yeah, man. Been in the game for a long time, dude. Don't really have a niche. I just pretty much flip anything that I can. Games, toys, whatever, clothes, I do it all. Yeah, so that's about it. E-Money.
All right, so Austin, Chris's brother, E-Money, and yes, I am in Austin, Texas, and I do go hustling with Chris all the time. I do specialize in Craigslist and eBay. I've been recently getting myself into clothing, which is definitely really, really cool. I like to expand in different avenues. Started off with bikes, and now I'm just kind of spread out all over the place. I like it, and I want to expand a lot through the green room and so on.
Cool. So there you guys heard it. If you see me looking over to this side of my screen, by the way, guys, it's because I'm looking at the comment feed. And the comment feed both on YouTube and on Google Plus is where you can reach us if you have specific questions that you want us to answer. Now, the interesting thing about the Green Room Hangouts is that the comments start to come in pretty fast. So if we can't read your question, before we go through this entire show, I just want to apologize right now because it's going to be tough to get through every single question, although our intentions are extremely high to at least connect with you guys and have a really good segment today about not only how to research effectively, but the last half of this entire 1 hour show is going to be about you guys and how can we help you out there. We do questions, rapid fire back and forth and stuff like that. So you can reach us through 2 different platforms. Just remember Google Plus and YouTube itself right under as you're watching the video. Comment down below. Comment whatever you want. Let's keep it picker oriented. Well, we don't have to, but and make sure you're smashing that like button. That's the coolest thing you can do for us right now. If you want more of these Green Room Hangouts, you can definitely smash that like button. Well, don't smash it, but lightly tap your like button. Don't smash your computer up because I told you to, man. I cannot buy another computer for someone else. Okay, so hey guys, you want to talk about? I think our sound check is really good, and I don't hear any echo like last week. Any crazy echo? Young, are you wearing something on your head?
What? There's no echo.
Young, what are you wearing? Is it cold over there? Are you wearing earmuffs? What are those things?
Dude, these are from work, man. I got them from work. These are headphones, man.
Okay. And they're going behind your head then, right?
Yeah.
You kind of look like one of those things from like the Star Wars Phantom Menace, like.
Dude, I look like
You know
Princess
what I'm talking
Leia.
about? Like those. I don't know
I
if
look
it's
like
Princess
Leia, man.
things on their head. Anyway, so it's just what you remind me of. Man, Young, we love you. We love you in the green room and love having you here on the green room hangout. And if I had big, crazy-looking earphones, I would expect you guys to call me out on that too.
Hell
So,
yeah.
all right. So I think we're all good. It's all good. Thanks for getting the headphones from Trip Kroom. See that? Young Money. That's what his YouTube channel should be called, really.
Ooh, Young Money.
Young Money. And then wear a bunch of gold
we'll
chains and like flash it and stuff, but you're just really a FBA seller, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's all good. Thanks for getting the headphones from Trip Kroom straight out of Google+. Thank you. We're going to select that one right now, put it on the screen, and we're going to be done with that question. Shout out to E-Money from Cool Toads, who I think isn't he in California? San Francisco? No, is it San Francisco? He's always wearing that poofy orange thing on his head. Raykin, help me out. You know what I'm talking about.
It's like those little dolls. What are those little dolls
Yeah, he's
called?
like a treasure troll. Like a treasure troll.
Yeah, they're a
Oh,
troll.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, E-Money.
I have no idea.
Dude,
Cool
Cool Toads.
Toads is a man.
Dude, he is like so in this picker space. He has a thing called the Toadcast, which
Yep,
if
he's got a show.
memory
All over the
serves
place.
me right, it's a Friday show around this time. So if you want to reconnect with pickers, you can check out Toadcast, which is cool. I was actually on Toadcast, and I wasn't on it, but I was commenting furiously on the Toadcast last Friday. My girlfriend was on call, so I was just sitting there in front of the TV, and I just opened up YouTube, and I was like, "Whoa, Toadcast!" And I just started talking to all of them. So that was pretty awesome. So thanks, Cool Toads. You're commenting for Google Plus.
I have to check it out.
Shout out to Toadcast. All right. So, do we want to get through? Let's start the show. Everyone says it sounds great. Funky Lace 1. Hell yeah, E-Money. Done deal. Ready to rumble. Justin Starcher. Hello to Sir Raykin.
What is
Dude.
happening?
E-Money, man. You got some fans out there, man.
Some followers, man.
Yeah, that's us, dude. E-Money's no joke.
Thank you to my fans, of course.
I'm curious, all you guys out there in YouTube land, do you guys know about E-Money, Easy Money as he's known, and maybe you've seen him in my videos, but do you know who E-Money is? Do you ever watch his videos? Let us know in the comment feed, and if not, go subscribe to Easy Money. If you see a video with me and Easy Money in it, there's always his link in that video, by the way. Cool Toad says, Troll Dolls, and I'm an hour north of San Francisco. So there you go. Maybe Young, you can meet up with Sean.
Yeah,
Cool Toad's
man. You
guy
know what?
one day.
I'm gonna have to reach out to him. Maybe we can get together.
Yeah, no joke. So, this is pretty cool. And I think this is cool because I don't watch much of this, but I laugh every time I see a piece of this cartoon. Michelle Anderson, 3 minutes ago, said, "I'm ready!" Exclamation point. And here's the parentheses. Said in my best SpongeBob voice. Sounds good. Dude, SpongeBob is pretty funny stuff. E-Money, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's just freaking great that everyone out there is into this stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do you guys know about... Okay, what's funnier, guys, out there in YouTube land? SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, The Simpsons, South Park, or Pinky and the Brain? So go ahead and just let us know what you think is the funniest. Dude, we all know about... Do you know about all those, Raykin?
Man, I know about The Simpsons and South Park and SpongeBob.
So you don't know about Ren and Stimpy or...
I've heard of it.
Pinky and the Brain? Dude.
I definitely haven't heard of the last one.
Ren and Stimpy was unbelievable. But anyway. Okay, so PT Hustle says, E-Money is the Guitar Hero guy. Uh-oh. PT Hustle from Arizona knows what's up. Let's think here. Finally made another one. Oh, Green Room Hangout. Usually hustling still right now. Glad I made it. That's Leaf Vang. Leaf Vang, tell us where you're from, by the way. I want to know. You're like super hustler supporter of Green Room stuff. Let's know where Leaf Vang is from. Okay, so Cool Toads, really quickly, guys. We're going to get to our how to research effectively thing, but Cool Toads, who does run the Toadcast on Friday evenings, has just informed us that Toadcast is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So that's how you can get in touch with Cool Toads and his Toadcast, which is basically like a Green Room Hangout. It's just a different version.
Check it out.
Okay, so Trip Kroom says Ren and Stimpy. PT Hustle says Pinky and the Brain. Dude, Pinky and the Brain was good.
I gotta look that show up.
Great show.
Dude, it was so good. Okay.
That's a classic.
Cool Toads, I'm down to learn. Young, since you're like the oldest one here.
Hey, come on.
I'm just saying, hold on.
Hey.
He threw you under the bus, man.
No, I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm putting him in the bus right now. Hold on. So, you might be under the bus here in a second, though, but I'm going to put you in the bus comfortably in a seat very quickly here. What is a cool cartoon that you grew up with?
Okay, so Trip Crooms has read
Does somebody have their feet up?
I hear an echo.
A cool cartoon that I grew up with, man. You mean as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, you don't grow up with a cartoon as an adult.
Well, I mean, hey, dude, I watched a lot of cartoons as an adult. But as a kid, we had the Smurfs. Gosh, what do we have, man? I mean,
X-Men.
Dude, I remember watching the MC Hammer cartoon.
What?
That's how old I am. I remember MC Hammer had his own.
I don't even know what
MC Hammer had his own freaking cartoon, and then he blew all his money. Jackass. But yeah, man. I can't really remember, but I used to watch the Smurfs. I guess I never really had a favorite, man. I used to watch. I love Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry.
You just got some cool points.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people are saying on the comment feeds their favorite cartoons. So I'm gonna rapid fire through this. Mr. 2 Easygoing, Johnny Quest. I have watched Johnny Quest before.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was great. Leaf Vang, Looney Tunes. Oh yeah, who didn't start their Sunday mornings with some Looney Tunes stuff? Mighty Mouse, Cool Toads. Let's think here. I gotta clear this feed, man. It's like Gummy Bears. What? Oh, is that a cartoon? Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears. I've never
Really?
heard of that.
I've eaten Gummy Bears. I don't know if I've watched them. Flintstones, Vintage Philly, PA. Did you ever watch Flintstones?
Yep.
Pinky and the Brain, Leaf Vang. Oh, another Pinky Brain. Repping Wisconsin from Leaf Vang. All right, got through all the questions.
I used to watch The Playground. I used to watch Animaniacs.
Oh my God. We don't know any of those. Okay.
Old school.
Okay. So guys, Yang has told you about his entire cartoon lifestyle. And with that, I think that's a perfect transition into how to research effectively, guys. Seriously, I mean, is that like the best transition or what? We're going to be talking about how we get our research done before we go hustling, while we hustle, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to lead it off, and I'll be followed by Rake and Profit, who's going to talk to you about eBay sellers. And then College Picker. Oh, that's another thing. We better inform everyone where College Picker is right now. College Picker, unfortunately, his animal, his pet, his dog, 14 years, has passed away. So, it was an optional thing for him to be on the Green Room Hangout, and today he just really didn't feel up to it. So, shout out to CP's dog. May it rest in peace. And
man, I feel for him, man.
Dedicate this 1 hour Green Room thing to the doggy of CP's.
That's right, man.
Yep, rest in peace, doggy. He said the doggy made some appearances in his videos, so that's interesting because now it makes me want to go back to the videos.
It was part of that contest.
What'd you say?
It was part of his contest.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I think you're right.
That subscriber contest that he had.
That's right. There was a dog in one of those. That's true. So that's the answer to where Vintage Philly, PA, where's CP. Sorry, CP couldn't be here today, although we did give him the invite in case he wants to come in randomly throughout the broadcast. He can. That's cool. And then, so CP had eBay and Google, but we're going to be talking about eBay and Google collectively amongst all of us. And Retro Aficionado is going to talk about arbitrage research. So I'll lead it off real quick if we're ready. Let's do this, and then we'll have a question session in about, we're going to make this pretty quick, so maybe about 20 minutes of this stuff, and then, or maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll do a Q&A. Okay, so I'm going to go over stores. So let's say you want to become a better hustler, right? And you don't want to be doing, let's say, on-the-spot kind of research when you have the item in front of you. Let's say you're at a garage sale and you got golf clubs in front of you, tennis rackets, whatever, the random stuff that you see at garage sales, for example. And you don't want to be sitting there in a garage sale, right, when there are tons of garage sales you can be going to that day, and be caught up on your phone that may or may not be in 4G, or, what I'm saying, like it might not even have service. And now you're trying to look up this racket, which you think is cool, right? It weighs very light. It feels really great. It looks awesome, but the person wants, let's say, $10 for it. So it's not a dollar racket where you can just swing on it and just take off. It's a $10 racket where you're like, I don't know now. if I can swing on this, because it's a little bit out of my range, but if this thing is worth like 100 to 150 bucks, then you would want to buy it at 10 bucks. That would make sense. So how do you research before the fact and not find yourself caught up in, you know, a daily grind of researching while you're in front of the item? Although as a hustler, you will do that. Don't worry about it. It just comes with the game. What I'm trying to help you guys with is how to get the most education while you're not in front of the item. So what I do sometimes when I'm completely bored is I'll go to sporting goods stores, whether it might be in a sports town, an Academy, an Oshman's, Dick's Sporting Goods, you know, whatever you have in your hometown. Definitely go there. And I'd go into places like Bass Pro Shops, Gander Mountains, Cabela's, and all those kind of places as well. So I go to sports places. I go to outdoors places to learn about things like Under Armour, guns, sights, random archery things, fishing stuff. So why do you want to go to a store before you even go to a garage sale? Because when you go to a store, you can have a hands-on approach to everything. You can see the pricing. It's laid out very cleanly. You can touch tennis rackets in a Dick's Sporting Goods. That's what we have here. I don't know if it's the way in other parts of the country, but you can pick up the tennis rackets that are like $179, $200 tennis rackets. They're not in cases or anything. You can handle them right there and start messing with them and start realizing, well, what's the similarities between these $100 rackets and these $50 rackets? Like, why are these $50 rackets 50 bucks and 80 bucks, and why are these $100 rackets $100 and $200? You got to start understanding those things before the fact, before you're at the garage sale, you know, and you don't have any service on your phone. So I definitely suggest going to stores. That is a really good way to get some free research done. Case in point, when College Picker was in here last summer, he brought a guy named Ethan who was a beginning hustler, so we called him Ethan Picker Hustler somebody. We just didn't know his name, but we just called him some random, like, Ethan Picker Hustler here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just didn't know what to call this guy. But he had the urge to make some money, which is cool, because we all have that urge, but sometimes we just don't know how to do it. So I decided to bring him to the coolest place in town, which was Lance Armstrong's bike shop. He actually has a huge bike shop here in Austin, Texas, and it's really cool. So not only are all of his Tour de France bikes there, you know, on display, but everything else that's so awesome. If you know anything about cycling, it's a very, very expensive sport to get into and to compete in. So when I brought CP and Ethan to the helmet wall, I was like, pick up these helmets and see what the difference is. Like, why are these helmets $279? Why is this one $179? This is crazy. And they're holding these helmets and like, look at the difference between the two. Okay, the $30 helmet, the air vents are real small. The $179 helmet, the air vents are huge, cools your head down. You have better cooling efficiency for your sweat and everything. Second thing is, look at the weight of both of them, right? The construction, the aerodynamics of two helmets, right? And then it clicked in his head. He's like, wow, that's incredible. I would never spend that money on that helmet. Cool. And we left the store. After that, which was the very next day, we went to Congress Avenue, and there was a resale shop on there. If you check out one of the videos, we actually show Ethan picking up this helmet from the thrift store. I mean, before he even bought it, he picks it up. He's like, I'm going to swing on this. I think this is something that I saw, you know, Bonafide teaching me about, and it feels like one of those lighter helmets, and it doesn't feel like a cheap one. It feels like a more expensive one. Boom, he sells it 4 days later for $53. So that was incredible, right? I mean, he had no education about these helmets, but with simple store research, he was able to make a decision and buy it. So that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to talk about Antique Mall. That's another thing. So take exactly what you do in the stores, and then if you want to learn about older stuff, go to your local antique malls, or maybe your flea markets, but probably your antique malls are going to have the older stuff. Why you want to go to antique malls? Because you don't want to go there and buy and resell stuff, obviously. You want to go there to learn, because you can touch everything in an antique mall. And you should be touching everything, except for the actual people that walk around. Don't touch those people. But touch the items, and touch them as much as you can, because this is really important. You need to know why, you know, this thing, you know, this garment is made out of wool and that one's made out of canvas, but then somehow the canvas one is worth more. Like, you got to know why that leather box or that leather bag is worth more than the cheap Michael Kors one that you see, or not even cheap, but worth more than a Michael Kors one, for example, that you find in some random place. So you got to like be able to know things, and the only way you can do it is by getting a really good hands-on experience. So I always urge people to use their hands and touch as much stuff as possible. Just don't touch other people and get slapped in the face. But touch as many items as you can from stores that allow you to touch the items, where the things aren't in the cases and everything, and you can learn a whole lot that way. So that's how I do a lot of my research right there. And I'm going to hand it off to Rake and Profit. Get 5 minutes from him. he's going to talk about eBay sellers.
All right, yeah, so I'll touch on eBay sellers first, then I'll kind of talk about a little bit of a few techniques I use for just in general researching on eBay. But one method that I like to use when I'm researching on eBay is to find sellers that are doing really well, sellers that are selling a lot of items and for price points that you're looking to achieve, and just study exactly what they're doing. Go into their store, see what they're selling. Take a look at the keywords that they're using in their listing. Take a look at their pictures. Take a look at the sizes, the styles maybe that they're focusing on, the materials, and just get a feel for exactly what they're doing. And you'd be surprised how much you could learn from just checking out other stores and seeing what other people are doing. Because, I mean, you really don't have to reinvent the wheel on eBay. What people have done in the past, what they're doing now, I mean, it works. And all you really have to do is model their success. So, usually I'll start off by just scanning like the sold listings, and then I'll find an item that really stands out, like maybe the picture's really nice, or I see that an item went for a lot more than it typically goes for that I'm accustomed to, and I'll just kind of dive into their store and just see what's going on. And like I said, you can learn a lot. Just check out what brands they're selling, the styles, sizes, price points, keywords. Just get a bird's eye view of exactly what they're doing. And I found some really awesome brands doing that, some styles that people don't talk about but sell really well, kind of like little secrets. So definitely spy on the competition, if you want to call it that. Study the competition, model the competition, at least the competition that's succeeding. You don't want to model the competition who have horrible sell-through rates and are taking horrible pictures and aren't selling their items. So definitely spy on the competition in a good way. And also, I just want to talk about a general way to study eBay. And that's just by looking at either the sold listings or the completed listings. When you look, when you're in eBay, take a look at the left sidebar if you're new and you've never done this, and scroll all the way down. You're going to see something that says sold listings, completed listings. Click on either one. Let's say start at sold, and when you click on that, it's actually going to show you all the items that have sold. And it's really good for figuring out brands that are selling and just seeing just overall what is selling. Also, you can check out the completed listings, and the main difference between the completed listings and the sold listings is that the sold listings only show you things that sold, while the completed listings will show you items that have sold and have not sold. So you're going to see different colors like green and red. Green's going to be associated with items that have sold, and red's going to be associated with items that have not sold. So, just getting a feel for items that are selling and not selling can give you that much better of a chance of succeeding when you're out. Like Chris was saying, when you're at the garage sale or at the thrift store and you don't have service, I mean, doing your research and education is huge. It will pay you. Every time I'm researching, it's like putting future money in my pockets. I always like to say that. So definitely do your research, and hopefully that helped. I'm going to pass it off to Retro Aficionado.
What? Okay. I'm going to talk about retail arbitrage. With retail arbitrage, you don't really have to study as long as you have a scanner. So my number one rule, and you guys know this as Green Room members, Chris and E-Money and Steve, the first thing I taught you guys is when you go into a store, whether it's a thrift store or a retail store, scan everything, right? You have to scan everything, whether it's on clearance, whether it's at full price, because you'll be surprised. Even an item that's at full price, I've purchased it and sold it on Amazon for like 3 times what it's valued at. So again, scan everything. But also, what I like to do is, it's going to sound silly, but you have to understand pop culture. Okay. For instance, let me just give you like a good example. When Frozen first came out last November, no one expected Frozen to be this good, right? I mean, even the executives at Disney didn't even know. That's why they're short on the toys so much. So you have to understand pop culture. Now, I'm not saying go on the internet and watch all these entertainment channels and stuff. I don't do that. I haven't watched cable in like 10 years. I don't pay for cable, but I understand pop culture. Okay. Sign up for email alerts from like the Disney Store, Target, because you'll get these email alerts, and you get to study like what's out and what's new. What are people buying? What are they promoting? So sign up for email alerts. Yeah. So I mean that's key, is to understand pop culture, understand what movies are out, and even when certain movies are out, it doesn't mean that those items are going to be doing good. So again, you just have to do your homework and just study everything. That's what I do. I do a lot of research. And if there's one other tip that I can give you is download an extension called Camel, and I'm sure you guys heard about it through other YouTube channels and whatnot. It's free. You can look up previous sales history on a certain item. Great tool. I don't know how accurate it is. Sometimes I do question the accuracy, but it is a great tool. That's about it from me.
Okay, and E-Money right there, who I think his video feed kind of wiped out, but you're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so how do you do research? Like, what kind of research do you do in order to, like, know, like, let's say some of these tennis rackets you've been flipping recently, these Babolat tennis rackets, and some of these golf clubs. Like, how do you go about researching from a beginner standpoint? I guess you're probably intermediate hustler by now, but like, how do you do it?
Well, starting off, I mean, I started watching everybody's channel for one. CP was a big influence on that. You were as well, and just a whole collaboration of everybody out in YouTube land, and that was the most amount of my research. And of course, going in and out of the thrift stores and going garage selling with everybody as much as possible. And I mean, you're only going to learn as much as the effort that you put out there. So if you see an item as many times as possible, or like what Chris was saying, you got to pick it up, touch it, find out where the quality is. You can't really see quality, you have to feel it in certain aspects. Going to the antique booth to see vintage items, I think that's very, very important. Also, whenever you're doing eBay, I would say get familiar with looking up items very quickly and checking out the completed listings and the sold listings. That's very important. Run through the thrift stores in your mind. You know, picture shelves that you've never really seen before, but you think certain items are of value, and just check it out. Check out one item before you go to bed and see how much that value is. Look at electronics that are sealed up, because you'll always see random electronics in their, I guess, clearance aisles and things like that, and it'll surprise you what you'll find, because some of them, even the little tiny things that you might think are pennies to the dollar, are actually worth 30 plus. And I think it's kind of shocking when you kind of dig in deeper with just the random little knickknacks that you'll find around, and I think it's pretty important. And as far as like tennis rackets and baseball bats, CP got me started on the bats, and I kind of ventured into the whole tennis racket thing, and there is a lot of value in there. So once you kind of start off with one thing, it just keeps on going further and further and further, and the most that you can do is just broaden your avenues that way.
Cool, that's well said. I've done a couple videos where I tell people to do that researching before you go to bed. You want something that's not stressful, you know, much better than bickering with your soulmate. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But you know, I'm just kidding. Okay, but like, you know, it's a relaxing thing you can do before you go to bed, like you said. You know, but just pick out eBay and do what Raykin said. Go to that far left corner. And if you have a tablet, it's a little bit different. There's some pull-down menus, but you know, figure out how to sort it into you know, sold auctions, and then make sure you look up either new or used ones, right? Because a lot of times you're not going to find very new stuff out there. If you're shooting for the high stuff, you'll probably find some used things. So it's good to see what the used market goes for. It's always good to do your research, because it is like Reagan said, you put future money into your pocket. You just don't know it. But, you know, it's one of those things that opens up your eyes to a lot of things later on, and your eyes will be trained. That's the best part about it.
One thing I'd like to mention about that, too, is a lot of times I'll do research, and I like doing it at the end of the night as well. I find it relaxing, and I feel like I kind of hold on to the information longer. But one thing you'll notice is if you're researching consistently, a lot of times you'll find a lot of the stuff you research eventually, and then other times maybe a year or maybe a year and a half will pass, and you'll come across an item, and you're going to say to yourself, wait a second, I think I researched this before. I remember that tag. I remember that style. You know, I remember that item. And, you know, that research that you did a year and a half ago finally pays off. So, you know, don't get discouraged if you don't find these items that you research, you know, the next day or the next week. But, you know, just put yourself in a position to get lucky, and eventually you will.
That's right. I did a Bonafide Live back in the day, how I just basically, my view on luck is that it doesn't exist, even though I still say good luck to a lot of people, when they do things, but I don't mean it in that sense. I mean it in the sense of, did you do your research, and are you in the places where you can find the money? Because if you haven't done either, then saying good luck to somebody really ain't going to help them out, right? The luck is what you make of it. The luck is the effort you put in before the fact. And then some people look at that and go, wow, you're so lucky, Bonafide Hustler, how'd you find a Bose system for $30 with an amplifier? Like, it's because I was there, I was at the garage sale and I found it. That's why.
It's not luck. It's not luck. It's just you being proactive.
It's me being proactive. I made a list on a Friday night and I showed up to a Saturday garage sale and voila, there it was. Yep. So that's basically how it happens, guys. Okay, so what's great about this is now we've really honed in our times on this segment. And if you do like these segments on the Green Room Hangouts, please let us know. If you're learning anything from these things in Green Room Hangouts, just let us know. We need to know that we're doing well so we can give you some more stuff and we can get you some, maybe some guests and stuff in the future. Not maybe. We're going to have some guests in the future. That reminds me, we're going to ask that question right now. Who do you want to see on the Green Room Hangout? And we'll try to reach out to them and bring them on the Hangout so we can get them an interview so you can see the interview firsthand right here on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. So shout out to your, why don't you shout out your favorite YouTuber right there in the comment feed, and we'll try to make it happen for you guys. If we see a whole bunch of one person's name, of course we're going to really try hard to get that person on there.
I said we interview
try to help you guys out. We can interview Cool Toads, man. He's got the Toadcast. We can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's get Cool Toads on here.
We can definitely we can do Cool Toads. That's fine with me, man. That is totally fine with me. Cool Toads is he's this thing right here. He's there. There you go. Okay, so he's the what. All right, so I want to go into the comment feed right now, and I know you guys are probably typing in there the YouTuber that you want to see. I got another question for you guys right now, and that question is, what's the coolest thing you found in the past week? I love this part of the show because, am I right, Retro? Because we get to really hone in on people's finds, and it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And we get to learn a lot through this segment. So what's the coolest thing you found in the past week? Why don't you let us know in the comment feeds? And I'll lead it off by what the coolest thing I found in the past week was Laserdisc player with 13 Laserdiscs. So that's pretty cool. Star Wars were in there and stuff. If you will follow me on Facebook, you'll see it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's certainly not like the biggest hitter thing, right? Like, I make so much money on this, but it's the coolest thing because it's freaking Laserdiscs. Like, they're relics, and for me to find that whole entire setup for, is it $10 or $15? I was just like, okay, easy, very easy. But dude, when you pull a Laserdisc out of its sleeve and you see this thing, you're like, this was destined to never get big ever. It was just like this clunky, shiny record-looking thing, and you're just like, okay, technology is going to wipe this thing out because this is just goofy. But the back of the Laserdisc player, all it has was a video out for I'm talking nerdy stuff now, but it was a video coaxial yellow out for the video, which I think only transmits at 330 lines of resolution, which is pretty terrible. But 20 years ago, that was like, whoa, dude, 330 lines of resolution. That's insane. Let's go over to that person's house and watch a Laserdisc, And you could chapter skip too, unlike a VCR tape. So pretty cool. Now I'm kind of dating myself when I say that. That sucks. But Yang, you definitely know about Laserdiscs, right?
Oh yeah. I've sold a few on FBA in the past.
Cool, man. Did you find those new or did you find them used?
Used.
You found them used. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess when I grew up, I was into VHSs and all. Not into them, but that's what I was watching a whole bunch. So I even remember the very first VHS that my parents rented for me from Blockbuster, which is crazy because it was Crocodile Dundee #2. And I thought that was just like, wow, this is a cool. And actually, no, it was Crocodile Dundee 1. Actually, never mind. It's the one. Yeah. It's
okay, the first one was a great movie. I love that.
It's the first one where he was walking on people's heads at the very end.
That was awesome. That movie's awesome.
The subway scene. I think it was a subway. But anyway, that was just ingrained in my head. Then after that, it was followed by RoboCop, and I was like, yeah, RoboCop, cool. And then that was what started it all off. We would do a Friday, go to Blockbuster every single Friday. But anyway, that's my family back in the day. Not a big deal. So let's see what people are finding. What did you find, Yang? What's the coolest thing you found in the past week?
Oh man, you know what? I didn't do much, man.
You got a headset. You got a headset.
Yeah, no, I talked to you guys yesterday, man. My friends took me out for a belated birthday thing, and dude, they got me so drunk. I didn't want to do anything this weekend. I went to the store and picked up some more frozen stuff. That was about it, but nothing really spectacular.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Rick.
All right, guys, I got nothing to share with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, my story's not that exciting either. I mean, this week I've been kind of catching up on old inventory. I did go out once to I went out to a half-off sale and found a whole bunch of suits and some really nice Vineyard Vine shirts, which is an excellent brand to buy and sell in terms of clothing. But I don't think there's anything that really stands out like spectacular. But a few really nice suits I could probably bring in over $100 in them for about 5 to 10. So yeah, I mean, only went out once, so you got to go out more consistently if you really want to find those treasures. You know, like Chris said, you know, he got lucky that Saturday morning with that Bose system because he did the list Friday night. He went out Saturday morning and he put himself out there. So the more you go, definitely the better chance you're going to have of finding something like absolutely amazing. That's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people in that state, I don't know if everyone would have picked up that Bose system, right? Because maybe $30, like when I say $30, it was like a Custom 700 system suite from the late 90s. Those little cube speaker things, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if everyone would have picked that up. Obviously, you have to have some affiliation, not affiliation, but appreciation for audio, video, cool things that were like, you know, they're like the rage back then. And so those were really cool. Everyone remembers those tiny little Bose speakers. Like they just like, okay, I remember that thing. You know, these little cube things that are in the corner of the rooms and you can barely see them. That's what I found. I basically found a whole system of that plus an amplifier and some other crap. But that was $30. So you know, if it didn't work, not a big deal. Someone out there wants a broken Bose system also. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to look at it that way as well. That people will buy broken stuff.
Chris, have you ever flipped or messed around with the Bose headphones at all?
I have not, although I have messed around with them. I've just never flipped them, but all my friends have them. All my friends have them, so I've sold the cases to those things. I haven't sold those headphones, but I've sold the cases for about $20, 25.
Yeah, I've got a friend who has a pair, and they say it's like amazing. The quality is like, you know, top of the notch, top of the line. So I was actually thinking of about getting a pair, but you know, they run a good price for the brand name, you know.
Yeah, I think if you go to Costco, you can get a pretty good hookup right now for them. Is
it better than Beats? Like I've never used these headphones.
Beats even like Beats are not good at all, man.
No.
You're better off getting like a Grotto SR60 or SR80 or something like that, which is like only $80, $100 on Amazon. Grotto SR60 SR80 is like super good headphone stuff for like $100 and less.
First of all,
it's just marketing, man.
That kind of.
I mean,
that's just too much money for
headphones. It is, man. I have a pair of Beats Studio that E-Money and I found a pair of Beats Studio, a small crack on the top of the headset thing, but not a big deal. And I put them on. I kept them. I mean, because they sounded great, but they're also like one of the more like they're the top of the line Bose one. I mean, not the Bose one, but the Beats thing, you know. And I think a Beats Studio when that thing was available was like $250. I mean, who would? It's just crazy. But then again, audiophiles are audiophiles. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, I can't say who would buy that because I know who would buy that. It makes sense. You know, there's a market for it. There's a huge market for Beats. Don't fool yourself. Absolutely hustle Beats headphones. Do not be scared. I mean, Young knows about them because it's the one by Dre. It's the one that you've been marketed for the past 3 years of your life. You just didn't know it, and you see them everywhere. So it's one of the best marketing campaigns, and I think Apple's going to buy them or in talks to buy them for like 3.2 or 3.3 bill.
Yep.
Billion, dude, billion.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. So, E-Money, what's the coolest thing you found last week? Are you there?
I think he's muted.
I think he's muted.
And he's missing.
No, he's there. I think he's just muted. Hey, you're muted, man. He's in the other room. Okay, well, we'll see if he's unmuted. I don't think I can unmute him. Let's see. No, I can't. But anyway. Okay. So we got a bunch of people in the comment feeds. We can shout out people what they're finding and everything. There's so many things. There's so many. Okay, so like Cool Toads, for example, a New Wave induction cooktop. I don't even know what that is. Paid $250, sold for $75. What is an induction cooktop? Raykin, help me out.
It's me, man.
Raykin, come on, man. I'm just kidding. Okay, Yang, what is an induction cooktop, Yang?
Man, I wish I knew. Man. I have no idea what that is.
Okay, we're not hustling induction cooktops. This is obvious by now.
Where's
Cool
College Speaker when we need him to Google it real quick?
Yeah, no joke. Cool Cool Toad says, I wouldn't have looked twice at the Bose, no knowledge of it. So that's pretty interesting, right? So yeah, it's one of those things. I guess you had to just pay attention back in the day and have some sort of like appreciation for audio video, and you would have known about Bose. My dogs are barking. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear him?
Dude, my dog's going crazy right now too, man. This guy.
Okay, so Two Serious, PT Hustle from Arizona says, Two Serious radio receivers paid $9, selling both totaling $260. Both are activated. Well, that's cool. I bet you one of these things, PT Hustle, well, okay, you're the one with it, so I'm willing to bet that one of them is, one or both are portable Sirius satellite systems. If you get the portable ones, those are worth some serious money, man, because they can be taken in and out of the car, put on your arm, and you can go jogging with it and stuff. It's crazy. Those are really cool, like stilettos and this and that. That's the model of it. So if you ever find a stiletto, it's like unbelievable money. Richard Schnuver, vintage Wrangler Pearl Snap with a Southwestern design and a Tory Richards shirt with the skyscape of New York on it. Rakin, Tory Richards shirt. Help us. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Hawaiian-style shirt. Usually they have some pretty extravagant colors on it, but if you find it with a really nice design or embroidery, those things could bring you in a lot of money, kind of like the Tommy Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's cool. Yeah, that's good. So we know about that now. Vintage Wrangler Pearl Snap with a Southwestern design. That's awesome. So cool. I know about Pearl Snaps, obviously. My very first videos were about Pearl Snaps.
What's your favorite brand? What's your favorite brand to hustle a Pearl Snap shirt with a crazy design? If it has an amazing design, what brand? What tag do you want to see? If you're looking in a clothing rack and you see a crazy design Pearl Snap shirt, you go to look at that tag. What are you hoping that tag to be? What brand?
You're asking me. You're asking the people.
Yeah, I'm asking you. I mean, everyone in the comments can answer that too.
I would say one brand right now. I would say Rockmount all day.
Oh, yeah.
Rockmount or H-Bar-C. I mean, let's face it, those are the two best.
Mm.
Yeah, Rockmount, H-Bar-C, boom. Like, best Pearl Snaps you'll ever find. And the ornate Rockmounts, you can go, man, they're almost like museum pieces. They're so ornate. If you go to Rockmount's website, I mean, you can just see the craziest sequins and whatever. I don't even know who wears these things out to the town. You wouldn't even want to sit in a chair and lean back because they're so beautiful. You're like, okay, I'm going to ruin my rhinestones. I'm just going to sit up like this and have dinner.
When I first got started with Rockmount, I didn't know that it was that great of a brand, and I sold it for like 20.
Oh.
Somebody who one of my buddies actually bought it off of me on eBay and flipped it for like 4 times the price.
Oh man, dude!
He put me in my place.
Oh, owned.
Yeah, I was owned. I admit it.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we're getting some suggestions. Not only are we getting a lot of things in the comment feeds about the things that you guys found in the past week, we're also getting suggestions on people to interview at Green Room Hangout number 13 or 14 or whatever. So some of them are Mad Main. I see a lot of Mad Mains. Terminal 99, of course, this guy's like the veteran picker of all YouTube. Golden Finger Picker, who is part of the Toadcast thing. So we're getting some, some cool people. Mad Main is really one of the things that's echoed a lot. We're trying to get her on. Glendon Cameron, a really good hustler. I mean, completely, I would say a little bit different than what we do, but like still a hustler nevertheless. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are still talking about cartoons too. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we asked Mad Main a couple of times, and she said that she would probably do it after she gets back from Norway. So.
Yep. So we are trying, guys. We're listening to you. We're trying to get Mad Main on, and it's no pressure. If she wants to come on, that's cool. If not, it's really cool too. She makes great videos. You guys should definitely subscribe to her channel. And when she does these little walks and shows you around Maine, which is crazy because Maine looks super beautiful. I like those videos as well, and I let her know that too.
Same here.
Right, you know what I'm talking about, Rakin.
All day long.
All day long. Jim Hammonds, who is Fired Up Picker, I'm pretty sure. My son purchased a Bose CD player 2 weeks ago, new in box for $3 at a garage sale, and sold it on eBay the very next week for $100. Boom, Bose.
Wow.
Bose.
Cha-ching.
I'm telling you, amazing. All kinds of cool stuff. So I wish, CP was here because he'd probably appreciate this one. Vintage 1990.
He's in the comments right now.
Yeah, I saw him in the comments. Vintage 1990 Chicago Cubs All-Star Game Snapback, not worth a lot, like $20, but just a very cool find, which is absolutely correct. Man, there's so many people finding some cool stuff. I saw someone that did an Osprey backpack. If you don't know about the brand Osprey, Dude, I found an Osprey Aura backpack for $10. Goodwill, bam. Osprey's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. $3. Puzzle 3D Star Wars Imperial Star Destroyer. That's pretty cool. Puzzle 3Ds are interesting. Like, I don't touch them unless they're new in box, and then I'll start buying the Victorian Mansion, the crazy architecture ones. I would have bought this thing for $3. Star Wars Imperial Star Destroyer. Start looking up those Puzz 3D things. They are basically foam 3D puzzles that you put together. They look pretty hard. I've never tried one, but they come in so many different bags inside the box. Don't ever buy. I personally would not buy. I've hustled them, you know, assuming they're intact and everything. They don't make as much money as if you just get them brand new. So, Puzz 3D. It's a 3D puzzle. So, or nice score. What did you say? What are you gonna say, Rick? And I'm sorry.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say, but I know I got so many thoughts running through my mind. But yeah, check out the completeds on those puzzles, because brand new in the box, those things could bring in some ridiculous prices. I know Picking Profits on YouTube flipped one a while back. He made a video. I think he sold it for like $300 or $400.
Was it a Puzz 3D?
I believe it was. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay. Okay. This is pretty cool. We touched on Boy Scout stuff. I think 2 Green Room Hangouts ago. Cowboy, whatever. Canaboy. Oh, I didn't see the end. The Canaboy. Ulster Boy Scout knife, paid 50 cents. Should fetch around $40. So cool. If it's a vintage knife, then yeah, I can understand it. I guess I can understand anything when you flip it for 50 and make 40. That's cool. Boy Scout stuff has quite a following to it, down to the patches, down to everything. You know, the flashlights, the knives. Robert Graham. Okay, so Ray can weigh in on this. Robert Graham paid $9 for a dress shirt, sold next day for $70.
Yeah.
Is that typical? Is that pretty good? Is that a good flip for Robert Graham? Is a little bit on the low side? No, yes, high side?
I mean, it really depends on the item. If it doesn't have a lot of color to it, if it's just got a little bit of like a interesting design, then yeah, I mean, 40 to 70 is probably normal. But if you can get them that go up to $200 if it's like the peacock effect. I mean, those things are crazy.
Cool. Looks like we have E-Money here. I don't know if he's all linked up correctly. E-Money, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's the coolest thing you found last week? Did you go garage selling last weekend?
I did, yeah. I actually found a pair of Red Wing boots for $4, mint condition.
Ooh,
really?
Those are worth a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell you as your bona fide brother. You list those things on Craigslist, just so you know, because we got a lot of cowboys in this town.
Yeah.
What is that freaking line from Magic Mike? I see a lot of lawbreakers in here. You know.
I haven't seen that.
No, like I'm not going to be like, I'm not. Strangely enough, I didn't think it was a bad movie, and I watched it with my girlfriend. So, yeah. But there is that line in that movie which is it's hilarious. So, and I think Matthew McConaughey says it too, which makes it even crazier. So, whatever. Okay. It just got awkward for about 2 seconds. So let's release the awkwardness into something awesome. Mass Picker said, Urban Diggers, we all miss them. No joke, dude. I don't know what the Urban Diggers are up to. I learned so much. You know, Raken, you did a book review on me recently, right? For Flip That Shh. And in your review, you actually said that I was one of the key people that you watched in the very beginning, right?
Yep.
So when I came to YouTube and I was making videos, and I didn't know about people that were even making videos. I was just making videos like, here's how to make some money. I didn't even know how subscribers worked, and I was just like, I just want to get some cool views, and I'll be a millionaire soon. So, and none of that happened, but still, I got some great views, and people started subscribing to me, and then I figured out about these Urban Digger people, like you had figured out about me, I guess. And I thought Urban Diggers made some awesome videos, man. I'm a straight awesome, like point of view. Right down to talking to the person at the garage sale, which kind of spooked me out because there's no way I'm going to do that. But
whatever happened to those guys?
That's what we're talking about. We all miss them, like Mass Picker says, man.
Well,
they're really good. Yeah, they're really good, man. They were. Hey, Raken, testify, man. Come on,
dude. They were amazing. Like the way that they would just approach these garage sales and yard sales with the first person view. I mean. It was crazy. I always wondered to myself, like, how do they get away with it? They must have to disclose to everybody that they're filming, and I was so appreciative that they would actually go out of their way to do that. And you see them running through the boxes, they're competing, and they both kind of specialize in different things. And man, those guys were freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'm talking like serious, amazing videos, and they're still good to this very day. So don't think like because they're not in the house and they haven't been on YouTube for a while that their videos are not going to be worth something. I'm telling you right now, their videos are really cool. You should watch all of them. Urban Diggers, okay? So tell them Bonafide sent me.
Hey,
that's called the full circle right there because they were shouting me out at the very first part. Even as a tiny little picker, I was like, I had so much respect for these people because. I mean, it takes a lot for that channel was like 1,400 subscribers when I was like 20, and I was just like, wow, they like talk about me and stuff. That's cool. And they said something about me when they were like, I guess on Brent's show, which was a really cool show as well called Trash Talking Treasures. So this is like a year ago YouTube kind of stuff, 2 years ago.
Dude, I missed
some
that
really
show,
good
too.
shows, dude. I mean, some serious talent on. Trash Talking Treasures, really good shows. He actually interacted with me the other day, Brent did, but Brent was the lead of that show. I mean, a really good show. And everyone learned a lot of stuff on those shows, too. And that's what we're trying to do with the Green Room. Hey, E-Money.
Yeah.
You learning anything through the Green Room yet?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, let me ask you, man, who's your favorite admin?
Isn't this the same as last week?
Well, I'm asking you again, damn it.
I'd have to definitely say, well, my brother, of course.
No, it can change every week. Wait, who's your favorite admin this week? Who's it this week?
This week, I would have to say CP because...
You son of
a... No,
wait, why isn't it me again?
Some of it's posts in terms of the bats. They keep on coming back, and people are consistently commenting on them in the Green Room. And it's actually widening... my research on bats, and that's why it goes off to him.
Okay. Hey, that's a fair way to give someone...
Man, whatever, dude. You know what? I'm not asking you no more.
One day it'll be you, Young. It's okay.
Yeah. Whatever, man.
Maybe next week.
I see how it is.
Why don't you like me?
It should have been you because you got cool headset, bro. It should have been you this week.
My dog is going crazy, man. Go over there. My dog is going nuts. Go over there.
I'm gonna call you like the Phantom Menace, dude, because like you have Star Wars like things on your head. Okay.
Yeah.
The earmuff master.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Okay, one of the last things we're gonna try to get this thing ending in about 40 minutes, 5 minutes. So let's kind of start closing it up. For all you guys out there that are not part of the Green Room, the Green Room now it is a place where you can interact with us directly. Okay. That's a given, and it's a direct line to us. It's getting kind of hard to get back to everyone because it's starting to. I mean, I wouldn't say it's starting to take off. It has taken off, and the Green Room is now officially a community. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bacon, add to that a little bit, but I know we were just talking about yesterday how it was really. I'm talking like when the gremlins get like the water poured on them and then like these other things come out of it that are like way crazier. Like this Green Room is like Gremlin Green Room now, dude. I'm telling you,
it's really starting to compile. Everyone's interacting and everybody's putting in their 2 cents and bolo items and helping each other out. You post a question up and you get a bunch of people answering it, and I think we've definitely transitioned from just a group to a community, and I think we're coming up on 100 members soon. Probably very soon. I don't want to put a time frame on it, but it's growing quick, and people are making money. They're talking about it, and it's exciting. It really is. Having fun.
Yeah, and Young, I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. For the 100, we're gonna have a prize for reaching a milestone of 100 people, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And people in the Green Room will know about that prize. We might give a hint here on the Green Room Hangout 13, but by the time 13 comes around, we're probably already going to have the 100 people. So people are subscribing every single day, guys.
We're going to have a nice little, we're going to have a nice little giveaway for the members. But yeah, no, let me just publicly apologize to the members because I didn't realize the group was going to grow this fast, and sometimes the feed happens to move so fast I miss some questions, and if that's the case, please just we we ask the questions. It's not like we're trying to ignore you or nothing. It's just the feeds are going by so fast, you know. But I think for the most part, I mean, most of the people are really happy with the content and the information that we're providing. And it's not just us. I mean, everyone's participating. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm learning new stuff all the time.
It's like full blown, like, you know, like that Spike Gremlin dude with the white thing down his head, like the craziest one. Like, it's becoming that guy. Like, it's becoming like green room. It's getting crazy. So we're definitely trying to keep up with it. But every single day, not only are we as admins learning on the green room, and I know I speak for the entire admin crew on that one. But, I mean, we are really helping out a lot of the younger people, the starter people that are young and old that are getting into hustling and, you know, asking a lot of questions. There's some people that ask like 10 questions a day, a single person. And we're trying to get back to these people, you know, and we get back to most of it. And other people, I'm talking other people are really helping them out too that are in the green room that are a little bit more established people. We have people like Hart's Motor Companies in there. We got a lot of cool people in there that are helping out, that really understand the how should I say it? Like investing in yourself and the power behind it. So yeah, we're always gonna, you know, tout it here on the Green Room Hangout because it's our freaking room. You know, it's awesome. But this thing is on its way to becoming a monster, and we love that. And I'm definitely, you know, trying to help out as many people as I can. It's a really good way to do it. And there's so much more in-depth responses that we can give there versus our Facebook pages and things like that. So. I really urge you guys to consider it. You know, it's one of those things. The community aspect of it alone. I mean, God, if we weren't even there, just the community aspect of it alone was worth $100, I think, for anybody. It's just there's too much going around that you get so alerted on the craziest things that you're bound to find it. You're bound to find it within 4 weeks of actually seeing that post. You're going to find some of this stuff, guaranteed, wherever you're looking. So, with that, I will close it, and I'll let Ray can start closing it up a little bit, and then I'll do the final closing. E-Money, you can say your 2 cents on the green room and close it up if you want. We're going to see E-Money on another green room hangout down the future. He's obviously he lives right down the street from me, so he can be part of some of the green rooms. But yeah, E-Money, go take it away for a while, and close it up for a little bit here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I definitely do want to thank everyone that's been part of the green room and everyone that's just watching out in YouTube land. I do appreciate everything that y'all give back towards us. It is something that we do appreciate. Being teachers, mentors, whatever that you want to call it, it's always nice to show someone how to make money just on the side. It's something that makes us, I guess, it gives us like a really good feeling inside. And money itself out of it is just an additional plus. So yes, we do appreciate it, and thank you.
Reagan, what's up? Talk to us. Talk to them.
Absolutely. Just like E-Money said, it feels great being able to help people out. Definitely gives us a warm feeling when somebody, leaves a post or comments and says, I made money with that item. I had somebody who messaged me the other day and said, thank you so much. I'm able to go on a vacation with my family. I think they were at Disneyland because of, certain things that we taught them. And just feels great. I love giving back just like people gave back to me when I first got started. People like you, Chris, and, Urban Diggers and Redneck Picker. And, I mean, the list could go on and on. So I love giving back. I love helping people to make money and, just improving their life in general. So yeah, I appreciate it. Definitely check us out at the Green Room. It's an amazing community now, and surround yourself with the people that you want to be like. Like they say, if you want to take a look at where you are in life, look at the 5 people that you spend your most time with, and you're probably in the average between them. So surround yourself with people that you want to be like, and eventually you'll become that person. So thanks again, and have a good night, everybody.
Young Money.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the green room. We keep talking about it. It's a great community. I like it. I'm part of it. I think it's worth every penny. But yeah, I just want to say, thanks for watching, guys. I mean, I know, I'm not well established on YouTube like you guys, but I'm working on it. I'm just really busy, but I just really appreciate everyone watching and all the positive comments. I get people messaging me every day, and I can't get back to everyone. But for the the messages that I do read, man, it's been really positive. So thank you.
Cool. And so you heard it there from people other than Bonafide Hustler that the Green Room is a really good place to be. And also, enough about the Green Room. Let's talk about, thank you from all of us for spending your hour here on a Tuesday night for this hangout. And we're going to give you some more great hangouts in the future, guys. One of the things that you can do for us is definitely push that like button, say like, I loved it, love the show, looking forward to some more, whatever you want to put. It just helps us out. And we're definitely going to go in this comment feed after the fact and look at some of the people that you want us to interview and try to get these people on the show and help you guys out and give you guys what you want. So, with that being said, I really thank you for spending this hour with us, and we hope to deliver an insane amount of value to you guys in the future. And we'll see you next week on the Green Room Hangout that we do next week, obviously. I think it's at the 13th or 14th one. Anyway, we're doing a lot of these hangouts and a lot of fun, so lose track real quick. But we will talk to you guys next week, and have a great rest of your week, and make sure you plan a good weekend where you can make some serious hustler money. And with that, we're out. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Flip that.
Bye, 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 bye.